Greetings and welcome once again to Roman of the Empire. I am your host, Roman. Yes, I'm back. No, I'm not dead. Want to thank Shield Wall for driving the bus for me and apologize to everyone else for me fucking up schedules last week. So this week we're delving into the minds of pop culture. There was a lot to talk about. Some of it's mildly hilarious, some of it's sad, some of it is just fuckery. There is a lot of fuckery this week, and we will get to all of that. So let's go around the horn, say hello to everyone, and then dive into this hot mess. He is my partner on this channel. He is my wingman. He once stopped me from carpet bombing Mos Eisley because never has there been such a hive of scum and villainy. He is Shield Wall of Dragons. Welcome back, my friend. How are you? Thank you for driving the ship in my absence.
Yeah, how's it going, everybody? Yeah, no problem, Roman. It was pretty easy. The enemy cannot take your breadsticks if you disable his hand. Jacob's already on a roll. Yeah, so we'll be going over some, news articles and things like that that have gone down this week, and so should be fun. Hopefully, there won't be any technical issues.
We'll see.
Streams, so.
It has been.
And I will weep accordingly if it happens, and probably set something on fire.
I can help.
The scourge of Gotham, the nemesis of the Dark Knight. He is Joker Voice. Joker, how are you? How was Taco Night at Arkham last week? And how is Harley?
Taco Night, as always, was wonderful. I'm a little upset that Harley and Pamela Isley aren't here, because with the Squeeka and the Mando here, there would definitely be plenty of scissoring.
I don't have my scissors. Where'd they go?
Why are your scissors not ready, Beard? Why?
Why? It's still there, folks. It's still there. Just cannot.
Hold on.
Scissors never die.
I have to cause a little bit of trepidation.
Beard, no.
Yes, and
okay.
There's a tear running down my cheek like that Indian in the garbage commercial. In 1975, his beard took home the Oscar for Best Actor and killed all the other nominees. He is Beard of Liberty! Welcome back, my friend. How are you? How is your beard?
Yes.
How are the alleged hostages you have taken?
I'm fine.
Blink
twice, Squeeka. Blink twice.
well, that would be if she doesn't want to be rescued.
Right. She's part of the book talk group.
you know what? I think everybody covered what I had to say there, so I'm doing great.
All right. That's I'm uncomfortable. You're uncomfortable. We're all uncomfortable.
As it should be.
He is the meme master of the interwebs, using his power for good instead of evil. I would call it 75-25 now. He is Jacob Ironside. Welcome back, my friend. How are you?
I'm well. a little
Right in there with that. Diving right in with the zombie rolling. All right.
I'm doing good. I'm good to be back. Good to have Roman back. And you can see the aftermath of Taco Night behind me.
Well, that's if you use the extra spicy sauce. That's why we keep Killer Croc underneath Arkham. So
Yeah.
Right.
How are the raccoons doing lately? Are they doing okay? They still hanging in there?
Oh, they're around. They're around.
I
This is
watched a
outside my
funny
window
video
right here.
yesterday. It was a raccoon eating Jell-O. Now, I don't know why it was funny.
Wait a minute. Was that? Do you mean the Jell-O is eating the raccoon, or the raccoon?
No, that would have been the blob.
Yeah, it's like, what is it, a D&D adventure? The gelatinous.
We don't need a gelatinous cube, sir.
Lord.
Those things are terrifying.
She will tell you if this is the way. Books, games, or movies. She is armored up and ready to fight. She is Untamed Mando. Welcome back, Mando. I think I heard a child in the background earlier. Did you abduct a child?
No, but there's several of them running around. I don't know how, but
Traps,
they're
set
all
traps.
Target practice.
I don't know what's happening.
Duct
now.
tape.
You know, they'd actually. No, I'm not gonna make that joke. Bad. I
got nothing, folks.
So I'm doing well, especially since I get to be beneath the Squeeka mouse.
You are the bottom.
I am the bottom, but actually, I think we're switches. I think we're switches, Your Honor.
I think she's the top. That means we can do.
I don't mind being a power bottom.
Beard.
And that's it for Mando.
You guys
this
are
week.
talking about bunk beds, right?
Yeah.
Can you
What
offer
are you talking about?
Beard, can you offer any insight here? Top, bottom?
No, not. He is the man who knows all the things about all the things. He is the unbearable 73, the man that fuck, motherfucker, fuck.
Perfect. Nailed it, Roman. Perfect. Nailed it.
You got it perfect.
That's music.
He's back.
You take
Exactly
1
what I
week
intended when I
off,
used
and
that.
apparently no one knows what they're doing anymore.
Master Puppets, motherfucker. Yeah, they rhyme.
Yes.
Yeah.
Matt, how are you doing this
Well, when
week,
James
buddy?
Hetfield
It is good to
sings
see
Master
you.
of Puppets, there are quite a few motherfuckers in it. If you ever heard him sing it live.
Truth.
I'm reporting live from the bowels of America, called New Jersey. It's the quality bowel smell.
Is that close to the anus of America?
Well, that's New York City. It's what it spews out on New York City. You know, I'm doing good. You know, just
I see.
trial and
Jacob,
tribulations.
that's
Trial and
actually really
tribulations.
It is, though.
Oh Lord. Anyway, folks. Motherfucker. Before I get to you, Sammy, do your intro first. Musician, pop culture aficionado, YouTube prostitute, man of the people.
Before he does,
So you released. His band released an EP on Spotify. Everybody I've played it for loves it. It's a very fun sound you guys have. I dug it a lot. So yeah, that's good stuff.
Polka
Good
is
stuff.
making a comeback,
Good
folks.
job,
Thank you.
Bear.
It's a band that I hadn't played with in 14 years called Staggerly. We're back together, so I'm glad that we haven't
When Sammy
we didn't suck.
Well, when Sammy gets
It's always
on,
good when you don't suck.
when Sammy gets on that accordion, it's magic, folks.
It's true. They said there'd never be another Weird Al, but I did it.
Or Lawrence Welk, one of the two.
Now it's Psycho Sammy.
Lawrence Welk. Yes.
My God. He moves with mystery, they say. He comes and goes as he will. He is our favorite wizard of the interwebs. He is Blair de Blair. Welcome back, Blair. It is good to see you, my friend. How are you in the frozen north, wherever the fuck you are, in the middle of the country up north?
Cold, yes. It's going to be snowing tomorrow, so happy spring, everybody.
You don't have that up there, as I understood. But
It's
good
weird,
to see you.
yeah.
Good to see you. Oh, and Sammy, this is Sammy's 1 year anniversary with the show. So
wow,
he stuck it out, folks.
Nice.
He stuck it out.
Yeah, it's been a year
we
already.
tried.
I know, isn't that insane?
Yeah.
He just
Still
won't
here.
go the fuck away, folks. He just keeps coming back.
It's all the scissors.
Excuse me, I have not received my paycheck this week.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to move your desk all the way to the back wall.
Yeah.
Here's a can of
We
rape.
have that.
That's the last straw.
It's like
That's
kind in the guacamole.
a year of this, folks.
I can barely stay down. I can barely turn it off.
Good God.
If
If you build a better mouse trap, you get a better mouse. That
Your
mouse
name's Beard.
is Squeeka Mouse. Welcome back, Squeeka. It is good to see you. It has been a minute because I have managed to miss like all the programs we were supposed to be on together. But it's good to see you. Thank you for being with us tonight. How are you? How are you? How is the mouse?
It's great to be here. I've been better, but I'm here with you guys, so that makes it the best. And I was told to say hi to everyone, so hi to everyone. That's what you said. Say hi to everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
Follow directions, even if I don't.
Now I'm mildly confused and a little bit frightened. Let's go through and say hi to our
As you
chat.
should be.
Then we will
That's
jump
how I get
into
through
the
the day.
business and see if everything actually works. Our good friend Stephen Ransom is out there. Hello, Stephen. Always good to see you, my friend. Melvin Deeply from across the pond. Thanks for staying up, buddy. Always good to see you out there. The anus of America gaping across the Gulf. That's Sacre Blue, the deadly poke of Zorro. Welcome. Ducka. Stark of Iron, our good friend Stark of Iron. Hello, nice to see you out there, my friend.
Howdy, Tony.
Frank Yately is there. Hello, Frank. Welcome back. Good to see you, my friend. What is that sound?
The hell am I hearing?
Not me.
And stop that.
The more you say it's not you, the more I think it is.
That's the music Squeeka plays whenever Beard enters the house.
That is not. Do you want to hear the music?
No.
Jesus. So hello to everyone hanging out with the YouTube
brown cow.
Fuck my life. And watching us over on Twitter. Good to see you out there. Thanks for hanging out with us. Invite your friends. Tell them to come by as well. It's nice. It's nice when you all come out. So we're gonna
Yes, it is.
let's see if this works. First of all, YouTube friends, is this actually showing on your end of things? I certainly hope so.
Yes. Indeed.
So
Wow, yeah.
right now, actually, I'm looking on YouTube and I have a blank screen.
It's not. It's just showing your
Mother
background.
dick.
Yeah, it's not.
Fuck.
So
Shit.
so you need to try playing a video with sound.
Now,
Fuck shit.
Oh,
Wait, now
so
it's there. Now it's there. Okay.
Now it came up. So maybe it's just a.
Oh my God! All right, so it's going to take a second for the thing to show, folks. Sorry about that. We knew there might be technical difficulties tonight. It just takes a second, I guess, for it to catch up.
Well, there's a broadcast delay. It's at least like 10 seconds.
There we go. Okay. So this was the sad news. So George Lowe, who did the voice of Space Ghost on Space Ghost Coast to Coast, not classic Space Ghost.
Which yes, Roman, thank you. Not the original Space Ghost.
Yes,
cartoon,
it's important to note that.
Yes.
Still sad. He's young. Apparently, everyone who got to meet him at a con or whatever really enjoyed him. He's a fun dude. So, and if you never saw Space Ghost Coast to Coast, you missed out. I mean, it's still there. You can find it.
So
it is a fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I think he was also on
rock, and it's just
Yes.
it rocked.
I think
it
there's also a
did.
bunch of voices of Aqua Teen Hunger Force too.
Yes, I remember actually like staying up late and watching reruns of this because like I was that naughty kid that would stay up too late.
Shocking.
I just remember when it first dropped, and I was quite young, and I was just blown away because I'd just never seen anything like it.
Let's
Well,
see if
it was
I'll
on Adult Swim.
When it first dropped,
And Naughty Oddman. My first guest is a most singular fellow. Please welcome David Byrne.
Thank you very much for having me.
Welcome. So is this?
So that
many
is
flashbacks right there.
And his interviews were hilarious because they were not normal by a long shot. It was just like oddball questions, and they were just a lot of fun. And so that's a sad passing of someone who's, in my opinion, far too young for. Wow. Oh my, that's just like immediate. He jumped right on that like a ape on a coconut. That's
oh, amazing.
That's
awesome.
a little frightening, frankly. That's peculiar. And
there's a 5-year-old Sam who's going nuts right now.
I'm convinced that Jacob, he's not making these quick. He has them already made.
I know he's got a time machine. He's a little bit in the future.
He sits around all day thinking up. He's like,
he can mean into the future.
It's Weird Al. That's what I'm going to do.
Very different coast to coast, Frank. Very different kind of coast to coast. Both good. but that one's a little weirder.
Well, he had the
no,
OG show, and then didn't it come back in like 04? It went away, and then it came back. I saw it.
Yeah. Now, if you've never
Sounds
seen
like
the original one, I mean, that ran like the same period where you had Johnny Quest. And all those kind of programs. Those were all just
Hanna-Barbera.
The other one with the Hercules.
Yeah. They were rerunning
the Herculoids were awesome.
Yeah, the Hercules was great.
From the late 60s.
So good.
This was just classic television. I bought Johnny Quest, and I bought Thundar the Barbarian.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
I got those are all just so much fucking fun. Again, if you haven't seen the classic television, the opening of Johnny Quest is unintentionally racist and hilarious at the same time. So if you need to watch it, that's the beginning of
But
Johnny
never
Quest.
have you used bongos used to their like most bongoiest. It's like it's
incredible. It's incredible.
It's peak.
I can try to here. Let me see if I can dig it up real fast. I'll probably get a strike, but if
you're not monetized.
A lot of it was from an unused pilot too. The opening sequences.
Oh, that makes sense. Especially
wow.
for back then, they weren't going to waste the
intro.
What do you
let's see
when they rebooted?
Let's see if YouTube
Johnny
will let me
Quest.
do this.
They will take it down.
Oh, here we go. All right, let's give this a go.
All right,
and see what happens here.
Roman's channel.
That was cool.
Was it really quick?
Boom.
Okay.
That was always cool.
Motherfucking mummies. Down.
That was always cool too.
Yeah.
Hoverboards.
Forgot about the dog.
The original Johnny
Bandit.
Awesome.
Bandit, man. Fucking Bandit.
Love
Dragon Dogs.
I had such the hots for his dad.
It's incredible.
That was always cool.
Wow.
That wasn't his dad.
Oh, that was the first episode, the Frogman, man.
Talking about the guy with the beard, Squeeka, that they just showed.
The guy
the guy with the red beard.
Yep. Dr. Quest, Benton Quest.
But Johnny looks like Ray.
Fucking Johnny Quest. It's just a great, great.
Yeah. Even in the intro, like there's such a stark difference in the animation. Like it very much varies in quality.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Venture Brothers is such a good homage to this.
Oh my God, it's fantastic.
Very much so. Yes.
But
I remember when they rebooted Johnny Quest, they didn't do a bad job.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Really? Where were Haji's mystic powers? Really? They did such a great job.
Oh my God! I remember there was that one episode where like Haji like stops his heart, and like the henchmen mistook him for dead, and I was just like, this is so cool.
But who remembers Godzilla and Godzuki?
Yeah,
I have it in high def.
Yes.
Why am I not surprised, Matt?
I remember that was because that show came on right before Soul Train, and that's when you knew the cartoons were over.
Yes.
Soul Train.
Yes.
Godzilla.
You knew the cartoons were over.
Yeah.
As soon as you saw what was his name? Shieldwall, the Soul Train dude.
Oh,
Don
Cornelius.
Yeah.
Yes,
Don
as soon
Cornelius,
as you saw Don Cornelius,
and he had
it was
that,
all
like,
over. The fun was over, my
multicolored,
friends.
tight suit on that was like made out of
MC, hello, my brother.
leather.
I love Soul Train.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Soul
Kind of started to suck in the 80s.
And I won't do that again, folks. I promise. So our next topic we have coming up, and there are going to be spoilers here. So if you haven't seen Daredevil yet, just put your fingers in your ears for a second, or if you've missed the fucking interwebs for the last several days.
Don't care.
I'm sorry if you've had enough warning at this point. But Daredevil season 2, Daredevil Born Again is out on Disney Plus, and I have to say overall, because I do have to deal with, I'm going to have nitpicks with the show, and they're pretty minor. I thought the opening fight sequence looked very animated. When I say animated, I don't mean a lot of movement. I mean, it looked like it was fucking fake. And the throwaway characters are terrible. The throwaway characters are Matt Murdock's new partner. She is a complete, I don't know why she's there. And the reporter girl, BB, I also find extremely irritating. Yeah. They're complete throwaway characters. Otherwise, I think the character development for Matt Murdock has been really good, and I'm very much enjoying Kingpin again. So
okay,
it's not as good as the Netflix show. That's my opinion, but it's still pretty good.
So,
Thoughts?
Anybody else not seeing that on YouTube besides me?
No,
it just came out for me.
Never mind.
Oh, so yeah, it's taking a second.
I just watched the first episode just before the show started. I would have been happy if like that was it because I knew they had there's no place to go with my expectations but down. I thought that was fine. There's a couple things that it almost made it seem like they're wanting to shy away that season 3 happened. But all in all, this might be the best thing I've ever seen on Disney Plus. Besides X-Men 97.
How many
the best that they've done?
How many episodes in?
There are only 2 out right now. There's
okay.
I'm gonna watch the second one later.
Are they gonna start ass ramming this show? It'll be.
I hope they don't. Also, one of the other unfortunate things that for me that was in this was they acknowledge Echo. They acknowledge that
the
show
is already on the path to destruction. You know when it's going to be when the Punisher shows up.
Yeah.
They're going to do bad to him and destroy his character.
Yep.
So
it's going to be like some. It's going to be because obviously, this is a very reflection of like the Trump election.
That's what my son kept saying.
All these people are celebrating. Be wary of their happiness. Be wary of their happiness.
Right. And it's going to be something like the Punisher's like, I don't use guns anymore.
So,
that's what they're going to try to do what they did in the comics.
Exactly.
Not garbage.
Now, the Punisher, he's a scolder.
Here's my take on this.
Go ahead, Joker. You know things more than I do on this.
So I do not have Disney Plus. I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to surf the high seas to see this. I have no desire to watch this. But for everything I'm hearing a mixed bag. Some folks are saying it's good, but it's good compared to everything else that's on Disney.
No. I disagree with that assessment, Joker. I say it's objectively good. It's not as good as the Netflix series, but it's good. And it's vastly superior to all the other stuff.
Right. So I'm also hearing that.
My God.
Jenna.
I'm also hearing that when you compare it to the Netflix series, it's not as good.
It's not.
Netflix is far away. That bar is so fucking high though, because the Netflix series was just amazing. But again, I go back to this was a good show. Still waiting for the graphics to load up over there. They go.
I think that just like with the Netflix thing, so much what sells it is Charlie Cox's performance. I think he's really embodies both Matt Murdock and Daredevil. Oh yeah, the Kingpin obviously.
Yeah, Vincent D'Onofrio, I love.
Yeah, his
Kingpin in this is really good because he's trying to be legit. He's putting his face forward as I'm going to be the mayor of New York. But he really wants to fucking break everything in his path, and you can just feel that in him. And it's like, so now I didn't read the comic book series. I didn't read Daredevil Born Again, which I know was a comic series. I'm gonna have to ask Matt because I'm sure Matt. Well, in that series, did Kingpin become mayor of New York? Is this something they just did for the show?
Even though it's called Daredevil Born Again,
it's not the same.
They've already used up quite a bit of the story on Daredevil Born Again in the Daredevil
in season 3.
That's the one where you find out that what is it? Helen Page is like a drug addict, and she sold
Karen Page.
Karen Page. She sold not Helen Page. But no, she sold Daredevil's true identity to Fisk, and like he just basically.
Basically, yeah. It's very dark. It's like Karen Page, because of the heroin addiction, gets drawn into prostitution and porn, sells the identity.
No, that's
wait. Does she have an OnlyFans page? Because if she does, someone might.
Eventually, Daredevil becomes drug addicted too, and then the whole Born Again comes out of that.
Yeah.
So let's say hi. We got our good friend
Bradley
out there. I hope I get to see you in Vegas this year, my friend. Cox and D'Onofrio really make it. If they are not there, you don't have the show. Like I said, the throwaway characters for me are still very, very fucking annoying. Josh, hello, Josh Perry. Today is my happy birthday, Josh.
Happy
birthday.
Hanging out with us on your birthday. I feel bad. I didn't get a gift, and I can sing if you want, but I don't know if anybody wants that.
So Melvin's comment.
I've got gifts that in the form of memes.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Melvin's comment kind of sums it up. This, like I said, this is a mixed bag. There are folks in our circles that think it's really good, and some folks that really can't stand it.
So you can't say anything until you get a couple episodes in.
Thank you, Dempsey.
Well,
Thank you, sir.
This appears to be the first product of the post-woke, when Faye fired all the woke people like 8 months ago. This appears to be the first product from the new writers. So whether it's going to turn out, we'll see. But I'm not.
So far, I'm pretty happy. But Josh says go for it. Okay, so you're going to get the Bill Murray birthday singing. Okay,
everybody shush.
So I'm
happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joshy. Happy birthday, you big loving man. You to you. All right, that's it. That was your birthday gift. I'm slightly winded and I'm a little dizzy now.
Wow.
So
that's what she said.
I would become bread.
Just drink more.
Also 0 followers. It's true. No one.
Well, apparently you have one now. It's a Dempsey.
Oh no, Dempsey, no.
Oh, Jacob.
So I am again. Hello to everybody out there on Twitter and on YouTube hanging out with us tonight. We have a lot more to talk about. Just talking a little Daredevil right now. I think it's off to a good start. I know, and you're going to have a mixed bag on this. Although you didn't with the original Daredevil on Netflix was universally
top notch
because and it's not just because it is the best Disney Plus show. That's not a fucking hard bar to achieve. It is because it's a good show. The characters are good.
It was good.
So
that's just it. I have my problem with Disney is sometimes there are a lot of shows that start off very promising, like The Mandalorian, right? The first couple of episodes were really good.
Season 3.
Yeah, and then it goes in the dumper. And until they can run this thing the full course and not go down that path, that it was. I mean, they've done it with Inside Out 2. I was waiting for that list and to drop the whole movie, and it never did. And I was actually shocked that they restrained themselves. So we'll see with this show.
I'm worried about.
I already
That's
mentioned
why I haven't
Echo.
gotten
I'm not
invested
really.
in the Mandalorian either.
What's that?
Well,
I agree with you. That's why I haven't even got invested in like the Mandalorian.
Yeah, because if they're bringing up Echo in this, then it's already poison.
They never say her name, and quite honestly, the only reason I know what they're talking about, I didn't watch the series.
I haven't seen it yet either. So I thought you were talking. They explicitly.
No, he gets shot in the face at the end of the series. I just know these events happen, and they reference it in Daredevil that he'd been out of action for a while because he got shot in the face by a vigilante. That was the end of Echo. That's what they were. What?
Have they mentioned a giant?
Jacob. What in this shit? Really?
Wow.
Now Pippin is making the memes. Oh my god.
Have they mentioned a giant green lady twerking yet?
No. I don't expect them to. I don't expect.
Will they mention the 5'0" 110-pound girl Archer that kicks his ass?
I doubt it. I don't think they will.
Why?
I hope not. I'm hoping that little nugget because this show is not the rest of Disney Plus. Like I said,
but it's part of Marvel. This is the MCU. They will
let's hope that maybe they have come to their fucking senses and don't want to shit all over.
No, they're the same people.
Roman,
it's,
why are
it's
you
the
giving
same
them,
people.
Well, again, they're not the same people if we're to believe that Faye fired them.
but it's still the same people at the top.
Yeah,
it is still the same people.
It's still that's what I mean. It's still
they
the
have
same
not. They have destroyed any benefit of the doubt.
True.
I agree there. I'm not going to watch this.
Well, I'm gonna continue to watch this. If it shits the bed, I'll let you know it shits the bed. But if it doesn't, then I'm going to.
I've been watching it.
I don't want to hate everything. That's not my job here. It's just it ends up being the way
hate.
Feel the power of the dark side.
Roman, I'm with you.
Ultimate power.
I understand because I would much rather talk about things that I like, which is why I do what I do now.
Yes, you've gone over to the wrestling. So they're going to do something in season 2, though. I do want to talk about this real fast. We'll wait for the fucking thing to try to display over actually on YouTube. So Henson and Walt returning for Daredevil season 2. Now, if you watched episode 1, you're probably finding this just as confusing as I am, given that something bad happened to one of the primary characters. So I don't know how they're going to do it. And you're getting back the other characters as well, Kingpin and Punisher. And
maybe they'll introduce the Marvel zombies.
Maybe that might be where this is going, but I was like, okay, well, they're thinking about season 2. I don't know why they're thinking about.
That'll be the best way to solve the MCU. In the States, Marvel zombies, have them eat them all and just kill them all.
Right? That would be amazing.
I'd be there.
Have the entire universe blow up.
I believe, and I've been hearing what some folks have been saying, like Gary and Chris Gore, that basically after Secret Wars, it's going to be a complete reset.
Oh, we're gonna save that thought. We're gonna get to that in a minute. I actually have that as one of our future not yet topics. So on our now topic, though, this is something I'm excited about because it probably won't happen because I'm excited about it. But this is an idea that we have discussed on this program, not the fucking come up, you goddamn fucking YouTube fucking whore.
I see it. There's a time delay. There's a broadcast time delay from YouTube.
I can't live like this. I'm just a man.
Is this the first time you've ever watched YouTube while you're playing on it, Roman?
There we go.
It is slower than usual.
It is slower than usual. Usually it comes.
Hey, Rio.
Welcome. So now, what they're talking
it's not
about
Roman's
here,
fault. It's just StreamYard.
Well, you can blame me. It's okay. Chris Nolan had been wanting to direct 1960s period piece Bond movies, which is something I've been wanting them to do for fucking ever. Get out of the modern era. The modern era is fake and fucking gay. Go back to the 60s. Do that shit. But Barbara Broccoli wouldn't let it happen. Now that Barbara Broccoli, and yes, that's her real name, and yes, it's funny, she does sound like a Stan Lee character, but she's not.
I was thinking more like
they
Broccoli.
gave somebody that name, control of Bond. What?
Broccoli.
Well, no, the Broccoli family's had control of Bond forever. And now she's finally released her green on the character. Now Amazon owns it, which is mildly terrifying. But the discussion is now going on about Chris Nolan coming in. And if they let him do this, that could be the much needed punch in the arm that Bond has to get back in the business. Because let's face it. I mean,
I agree. I disagree.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Daniel Craig, while I did enjoy Casino Royale and Skyfall, most of his run was
he didn't
at best, with a close being. So that didn't do Bond a lot of favors, and it's a character that.
And then he wound up riding on the back seat of a moped.
Yeah.
He
rode bitch.
He needs more beard.
Yes. While James Bond hasn't been as diluted as things like Star Wars or Star Trek or anything else like what Disney has been doing, I still think it would benefit from a pause. Just give us 5, maybe 10 years with nothing, and then come back to it, and then do a period piece.
I think you're going to get that anyway, though, Beard, because Nolan's working on a lot of other shit. But I want them to give him the project. Don't just dive into this. That would be a fucking disaster, an absolute fucking disaster. Okay. Give it the time, because let him do his thing anyway. Because like he said, he's got like all these other things lined up, and he doesn't work on multiple movies.
Sounds like Matt wants to push back against you. So Matt, what you got?
Nolan makes while they're enjoyable films, they're dark and grimdark. Making Bond dark and grimdark is a mistake. It was done with the Daniel Craig movies. They were very dark. He's not a campy character, but like there's no moral ambiguity in Bond movies. He's clearly the good guy. He clearly operates on the side of the good guys, and there's no if Nolan could do that style of film, more power to him. But he has never done that style of film.
That's true.
I agree. Those Daniel Craig Bond movies sucked ass. I did not like them.
I don't necessarily go.
I like Casino Royale.
I did. I like Casino Royale a lot.
It's like the first one was really good. The second one was okay. The third one was okay. The fourth one was bad. I mean, it was like declining as he went.
Spectre
didn't have the original film's charm. You're exactly right, Matt.
Yeah.
See all and edgelords with it and stuff.
And even Craig complained about that, by the way. That's why he was refusing to come back to the last couple of films he was contracted to do.
I like Craig. I just don't like the movie.
He was like, "This is not James Bond. This is like another character."
He's done. He's just too fucking old even to come. But they need, and everybody who we want to be Bond is probably not going to be Bond. Hopefully they get just somebody else and they don't fuck it up.
Oh my God, it's going to be Henry Cavill. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I would be happy if they just got a brand new no-name person no one ever heard of that looked good.
That would be
woman in there.
I'd be happy with Cavill as well, but they'd have to do it soon because he's aging out of it.
He's aging out as well. And I do want to say hi to our good friend Zax. And yes, that's true. And also, yes, it is very slimming. Although it's funny though, Kingpin in the gray suit looks weird. It looks like he went to the thrift store and found the suit, because it doesn't look as good as his regular stuff, so to speak. They also did Chitty.
Hey man, I'm telling you right now,
that's a great show.
Would get it.
That's a great film.
Chitty
Bang Bang,
I
love
know
you.
that. I did. So that's that is the bit of Bond news. What's going to happen with that? Who really fucking knows? Probably nothing for a long time, and what we get will inevitably disappoint us. That's the way these usually work now. Eraserhead, hello and welcome, my friend. Good to see you out there. Melvin's here. I think Bond.
I found a picture of Blair's sister.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear. What?
Jacob.
What
is that from? Like
that is not a face swap.
Look, it's me.
That is not a face swap. No, that's a picture I found. That's like it looks like Blair.
Found where? Where are you searching that you're finding a picture like that?
Yeah,
I just saw that.
Jacob, if you keep this up, your intro will no longer be uses his powers for good.
Yeah, that's true. We've been tilting the other way.
That's what I've been saying.
Dark side, Jacob.
And so we're going from James Bond to fetal alcohol syndrome girl. And the thing that brought many of us together.
When I saw you put this in here, I was like, yes, I needed this.
Yes, she's back. Everyone's favorite fetal alcohol syndrome child. It is the kid from
what started it all?
Yes, that's the reason I'm excited for this show. What
started it all? Together. So I found this interesting because now, while I didn't play the video game, I do know what happens. I think 99% of the populace knows what happens in the video game. Something bad happens to Joel because of some lady named Abby. Now,
lady,
man thing.
Is that season 2 is not going to follow the game.
Of course, not going to get
shocker. It's going to go far further than the game did.
I don't think so. I don't think they want to get rid of Pedro Pascal.
Right.
Say what you
Too much
want
money
about
for
him
him.
as an actor.
Yeah.
Right.
If you
They
get
will
him
make
from
him
the
So this is
show-
a rare case where the TV show will be better than the game. Then.
Well,
see, hold on. I don't think it's going to be.
He
in
will
the
be
same
trans
time period as
Pedro.
the game. It's going to be. I think the season 2 of the show is going to be in the gap between the first game and the second.
Oh,
game.
1 and 2.
So they're going to create this additional story because they don't want to get rid of him because he is people watch him.
So let's do predictions. How many filler episodes with non-existent gay people from the game will there be in the next season? I predict 3.
At least 3.
At least 3.
I guess it depends on how involved Druckmann is, but if it's up to him, and also, they already said that they're not going to cast a woman who looks exactly like Abby because actually women who look like Abby don't exist. Okay,
I mean, just in general, like I said, it's all going to be filler because my assumption is that because they didn't ever want to get rid of Pedro Pascal from the beginning, that they are going to create an entirely separate story that we never saw in the video
Well, look at what they already did in the first season. They had an entire throwaway episode with 2 gay guys in it.
That never happened.
Which,
That was my
if
favorite
it had been in the game, that would have been totally acceptable. They just totally made that shit up. So this is what they're going to do with, especially going into the second. To try to stretch it out, it's going to be nothing but filler.
The gay guy episode has one of the craziest lines that I've ever heard in any medium ever. Is like when they're just about to poison themselves. He goes, "Do you love me?" And the other guy's like, "Yeah." He goes, "Then love me the way I want you to love me." I was like, "That's not the way that love works at all."
Good evening. Good evening. My name is Bill. I don't always drink wine, shoot fungal zombies, but when I do, I like to have Apothic Rosé. The official pairing wine of the fungal zombie apocalypse. Well, I hate to drink and go shoot. Duty calls.
That is magic. That is so awesome.
That was such a wonderful time in the show. just that time period.
Golden era. Magical era.
Unless they completely change it, though.
Who's Caitlin? Who's that? Oh, is that the one they're trying to cast as? That's Abby. That's Abby, right? Right?
Yeah,
yes?
I think.
Help me, people.
But yeah,
I don't know
they said, we're not going to make her look like this amped up, mannish she bitch because women can't get that muscular on their own.
I'm glad you're saying no to that. I mean, they still
start her on roids right now. Maybe by the time
I wonder if they'll have another sex scheme that we can't skip.
They will for sure.
I hope give her thick muscle arms like Natalie Portman.
Oh my God, the fake arms.
Go full Portman.
That was the best. And again, hello to everybody hanging out with us on YouTube and over on Twitter. Please give the show a like if you're on Twitter. Comment, hop over here, like the show, go back to Twitter, but do your thing. I'm just happy you're here. So that was the Last of Us news. So now Joker.
Did that guy die?
Yeah, the guy that played Sloth in the Goonies. Well, it'd probably make the show better.
Yeah, we can just get Amy Schumer.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Amy Schumer. Amy Schumer is she is a sloth. That's true. So this is we have a couple of different stories that are going to be around the Doomsday, upcoming Doomsday project. They're bantering around that this is, is this going to be a reboot of the Marvel universe? And they're saying probably not. But the things that I have seen, and I'm going to jump over to this other story real fast because this is where it actually talks about it. That's a nice picture. is where they talk about this is a post Secret Wars where the Fantastic Four and the X-Men are drawn into the primary universe. And this is the part that made me nervous. The all new, all different direction.
Overdone.
Everybody who knows what that means knows that is not what people want to see.
Yeah, but
why can't they just be accurate to the comics? Why is that so hard?
All new, all different
was
part of the
narrative.
narrative. It was terrible.
Because Mando,
movies that
they'll
don't make sense.
Okay, because Mando, the Wookiee Wokes, now will say, well, it was in the comics. Yeah, the comics that didn't sell.
Yeah,
right, exactly. It was the same thing with what's her fuck,
right?
With Natalie
Miss
Portman.
Marvel.
With, what's her name? Thor, girl Thor.
Lady Jane. Oh, where they insisted that Thor was not a title.
Yeah, it was
Thor
there,
was a title.
but
Thor was
no
a
one liked that. That was not a popular run. In fact, that was one of the first fucking rings of the bell in the Marvel comics.
Remember, like the Marvels, either Captain Marvel or
right. They didn't.
People have been trying to rebrand Carol Danvers for years, and nobody cares.
It's like
the only way that they
look what they're doing with Kamala Khan right now with the X-Men, so they can throw her into the X-Men.
Yeah,
nobody wants it.
Like that
nobody cares.
That was a character whose original run was pretty cool. The first probably 30 issues of that series, and then they just ruined it. They totally ruined that character with Kelly Sue Crepconic, taking over the character.
Right.
Just totally ruined it.
The only success that the MCU has had with any of these characters is in Rule 34. That's it.
Yeah. No, the only one who started out cool, even though it was just like a recolor, was Miles Morales, because he was in his own world. He was in the Ultimate Universe, and then they brought him in, and that's basically because they don't want to pay residuals, to the people who actually invented that character. That's the reason that they keep pushing him. So it's the reason that Jack Kirby left back in the day. Okay, it isn't changed. It's just a bunch of evil businessmen trying to screw over these people who created these beloved IPs. That's it. That's all it is.
Ben just made Ultimate Miles Morales. He's of the one modern Marvel writer who's hands and everything. He's making out like a bandit on all his characters and storylines being abused in these movies.
Oh yeah,
he had his hand in every Marvel storyline from like 2000 on, basically, until he left Marvel.
So they're saying if I were a betting man, I'd say the first one will be 2.5, and the second one's going to be 3 hours, talking about Secret Wars and then Doomsday.
No.
What was it? Because what was it? Gary and I believe it was Gary and Chris. They were talking about this, and they were showing some concept art. And
I've got that. I'll throw that up in a second. We'll take a look at that too. What I didn't really dig here in one of the things that they're talking about Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom. He's writing background costume ideas. He just loves these three-dimensional. Okay, that's fine. Dr. Doom, if I'm not mistaken, has a pretty solid background story. Of course, this is Dr. Doom you're thinking of. It's like this isn't the Sanskrit you're thinking of. This
is Disney Dr. Doom.
This is going to be a Tony Stark variant.
Yes.
I've hated that from the beginning.
No, I don't. I think it's a terrible idea.
Yeah,
I mean, everybody who got fucking hard on when they saw Robert Downey Jr. take off the mask at the Comic-Con, I'm Dr. Doom.
So I think what they're trying to do with MCU with him coming back as Dr. Doom is this similar type in the comics where they have what it was Reed Richards in the Ultimate Universe is the Master. Like so you gotta remember bad guy, the ultimate bad guy. So I think they're trying to do that same sort of thing, but since they didn't have the Fantastic Four established
for a sec, so you're not going to see us. You're going to see just the frame here.
The concept art looked good.
I think the concept art looks good. I like, of course, and Gary said it, or it was either Gary or Chris Gore. One of them said, "Don't fucking trust the concept art because the concept art is made by people who actually like."
Yes, Mueller.
Oh yeah,
right.
It's not like the Doctor Doom looks great. This is actually young. This is Chitala's son.
Chitala's son, right?
We got a weird Planet Hulk thing going on down here. Fine. You got Star-Lord hanging out with the resurrected soulless Vision. Down here in the far right corner, this is like
the Young Avengers.
I don't know any of these fucking characters.
Those were my thoughts.
Wiccan, Speed, Kate Bishop, Kamala Khan. You got.
So no one is going to care about any of that stuff because I don't care about any of that stuff.
Which is
and then down here, it's just another kind of Doom scene. But
I don't care about Marvel.
Which is sad. Which is sad because Haley Steinfeld is actually really good as an actress.
It could also be
she is
the Initiative. Remember,
I don't know who that is.
So comic storyline wise, we live in a post Civil War storyline where heroes are basically registered in the MCU. So what happened is the government created the Avengers Initiative, where all the young heroes were actually taught how to use their powers, so they can actually kill people, and they had one team in each state basically. And the comic was actually one of the better even though Civil War as an event sucked, it was one of the better concepts and comics to come out of Civil War was getting these young superpowered characters and training them so they don't get these accidents and make superheroes look bad. And it had a pretty good then they go out of nowhere and put Thor Girl in there, and I'm like, did the person who put Thor Girl in actually understand the nature of the character? She's literally a planet busting goddess. She's just pretending to be Thor Girl because she's metaphor. But anyway,
So I don't think the movies are going to be good. I'm just saying that outright. I know the Russo brothers are back. The problem I have is so much damage has been done to the Marvel universe already that you can't just wave a wand and unfuck that. Now they may be commercially successful, unlike everything post Endgame has been, aside from Deadpool. Everything else has been fun. So I think they probably make money, but I don't think they're going to be good movies.
So that's
just my opinion. That's my opinion,
and that's fine. But if Marvel still goes by the way they've been doing things, which a classic Marvel thing, and this is just across the board, tons of reshoots, tons of rewrites.
Yes,
and this is going to be a problem with Marvel. It costs so much to make a film that you're looking at $800 million to $1 billion. You're looking at $800 million to $1 billion to make zero.
Yeah,
right.
That would certainly be a problem.
Here, we'll jump down. We'll jump down to my bottom, one of my bottom stories. So I wasn't really going to talk too much about it, but this brings up a good point about the modern Marvel. This movie, which they kind of cocked away from the get go. No one cared about this movie. It had bad marketing. Anthony Mackie. There's been a lot of.
And they reshot it twice.
A lot of money, but it hasn't made a lot of money in comparison.
They reshot the entire film twice. There's no way this film is going to turn a profit. No way in hell.
No, because it's at 700 million or so, which back in the day would be considered a decent amount of money. But and even now, it's considered a decent amount of money, but it's not a profit because they spent so fucking much, because we're never going to get an accurate number, at least not anytime in the current.
It depends. It depends on where this thing is filmed. If it was filmed mostly in the U.S., no, we will never get it. We will never get that number.
Right.
If it is filmed,
UK.
If it is filmed in the UK, because the Valiant and WDW Pro, because of the very lucrative film tax credits that they get, they have to disclose every dollar that is spent. So we have seen how much Disney actually spends on these films.
See, they could have. They didn't have to go hard on this movie. They could have just like it could have been like bring the budget down, make it more like boots on the ground sort of thing. Like I don't hate Sam Wilson. The actor. He does. Anthony Mackie does a good job with what he is provided with. I've seen him in a couple other things, but I mean, it's just it's fine. They could have pared this down, made it smaller, and just like played it safe and made a decent storyline.
Okay, but Baird, here's the problem with this film from the outset. This film was supposed to be a sequel to a very divisive, very politically charged TV show that they that they spent way too much time to get to the screen. So it took so much time, and the climate has changed so much that there's no way this film had any room to pass at all.
Yes, it's a summer blockbuster that dropped in February. My expectations were not high.
And like a lot of us have always said, is you shouldn't have to do TV homework to enjoy a movie.
No. How many years ago was that TV show as well? I mean,
I mean, I think it came out.
That was okay. Let's see. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I think, was year 2 of Disney Plus. That's how long ago it was.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, I think it was one of the. I was waiting for when this came out because they always do that thing where they try and act like film critics still have any control over people going to the movie. but all of a sudden this was still getting bashed too, so it was like the reviews are in, and then it goes straight into.
I think the word you're looking for, Joker, is credibility.
They had nothing.
They have really got to get the costs down on these
and it
things.
showed up in 2021 is when the show was.
Wow.
4 fucking years ago.
Yeah, so Blair, but that's the thing, because this film, they had 80% of the film shot already done.
Yeah.
And they had some test screenings. The test screenings came back so bad that they literally reshot the entire film, rewrote everything. And the test screenings came back again that were even worse. So though they reshot 75% of the stuff they had reshot. I mean, what was it? WWE superstar Seth Rollins was supposed to be in the original film as a member of the Serpent Society. He got paid, but he's not in the film anymore.
There's a couple of other actors and actresses that were completely cut from the film.
Of all of these versions, this is the best one.
Right.
Yeah,
this is the one they like the most. This is the
best one. They're at the point where they got just declare victory and put it out there because they can't just keep refilming it.
Right.
It hasn't even made 350 million yet. It's not even going to get to 400 at this point.
When they do these audience pre-screenings, to see what they need to make sure they have the right amount of different people in there. You can't show it all to a bunch of blue-haired people and be like, and then they say they didn't like it, and then you go do a bunch of reshoots. You got to make sure you have a good cross. I'm pretty sure they do, but that's something that has to be taken into account whenever you do a poll. Who are you asking these questions to, right?
Well, I'm fairly sure that the audiences that pre-screened it were not woke because they kept saying it sucked every single time.
Okay, as of right now,
I don't think it ever did.
But they could have been not comic book fans, and had no clue who the Serpent Society was, why they were dressed up like snakes,
right,
or any of this stuff.
I am looking at the numbers right now. Worldwide box office, $345 million.
Ooh, that's worldwide?
Worldwide.
Yes.
Domestic, just a shade over 167 million. This film is so of that 300.
This is week 3, right?
Something like that. So of that $345 million, mind you, they say the budget was only 180 million. They haven't made that.
Bullshit.
They haven't made that back yet.
Yes, that's right. They only get half that, 345.
About half, correct.
That is
Hey,
not
we were
good.
told
It's
we were
released
told
If you
it
wanted
was a
to,
success because
you want-
it made more than the Incredible Hulk or whatever.
If you want to see international racism at its best, go to the international money and look at what China did. This movie only made $10 million in
Chinese
China.
poster is hilarious. Let me see if I can find it. Because
Usually Marvel Chinese movies, not that it does U.S. box office equivalent, but it does quite a bit more than what it did percentage-wise.
So you're saying it only did 10 million in China profit wise?
Yep.
Well, they only get
not a profit yet.
25% of that.
It grossed 10 million in China versus 150 or whatever in the
Oh,
US.
it only grossed 10 million in China?
The Chinese movie market is huge to the population. So
yeah.
But because this movie has a black character, the Chinese audience go watch it basically.
Well, that's because they're trying to what's the term? Adhere to their actual audience, and they're failing.
This is the poster in China.
Yeah.
You
may see something here that is missing from the poster.
I've seen where this
That
is
is
supposed
hilarious.
to be that they left it like this so you could stand there.
Oh,
and
can you? So you can.
So you could stand there.
That's not nearly as funny. That
Sure.
Kind of sucks. We're going to take a look at our poll real fast. Not my poll.
Hello.
Sorry, I've been gone for a little bit.
I'm glad we're not.
Wait, Roman has a poll?
Don't show your poll.
There are lots of polls in Vegas.
Don't stand up.
You go hang out at. I'm just saying. There's a
Why
lot
does
of polls in Vegas.
the thumbnail for the show have nipples? Aliens are hot at 32%. Everything has nipples, also at 32%. AI is the devil's tool at 23%. And I swear I thought Roman was dead, only 14%.
I want to ask Brock if Roman has a poll.
Please don't. I'm just going to flash this up here real fast. Also, not my
flashing.
Okay, I got a lot to say about this.
This is exactly what everyone thought it was going to be. Now, come on, YouTube, work with me a little bit.
Yep. First thing I thought.
No, it was the first thing I thought too. So the news came out that Kathleen Kennedy was going to be leaving Star Wars and Disney, and
one day.
No, she is.
She's
saying,
trolling
why is it
people.
not showing up on Disney? Why is it not showing up with her? Is it because it's Kathleen?
She's trolling people.
I'm gonna miss her.
No. Okay,
I don't see it either.
Okay, so hang on a second. So they went over this.
I broke
Gary and Chris talked about this because this was almost right within 24 hours of Puck. Now,
there it is.
Break of
is it back? God damn it!
Of Puck when it broke the story, and then within 24 hours there was an article in Deadline. This puff piece article here. So they asked her, "Are you retiring?" And she says, "I am not retiring from making films. I will be making films until I am dead." In regards to Lucasfilm, Bob and Alan, which is Bob Iger and Alan Bergman, who is in charge of all the Disney studios, have been talking about what Succession will look like. If you're talking about Succession, you're talking about retirement. That is that is just a fact. And we plan to make this announcement in a few months, within a year. By the end of the fiscal year 2025, which is late October for Disney, is also when Bob Iger leaves. Bob Iger is her last shield as far as Disney goes. When Bob Iger goes, she will go. Now, just because she has these projects, she is still going to get an executive producer credit. That is her right from the guild.
Mm-hmm.
So even though she might be involved, she is going to step down from Lucasfilm and let someone else take over. Now, does that mean
I swear if it's Dave Filoni, I'm going to blow
Oh, that
gasket.
stupid cowboy hat's
Okay,
going right to the
Finish
top.
that sentence.
A gasket. I said a gasket.
Yeah, I was like,
Now,
the secret
Him and
now,
that
there is-
stupid
now-
cowboy hat of
What?
his.
What?
It's
There
going
are-
right
God.
big time.
now, and again, the article that broke the whole thing, the guy from Puck, he used to be the editor-in-chief of the Hollywood Reporter. This guy has access to these C-suite type people. He can call Alan Horn, who used to have Bergman's job, and say, "Hey, let's go to lunch," and they go to lunch on a phone call. He doesn't need to set up dates and to whatnot. This guy is a powerful guy within the Hollywood now machine. So he is not going to say something just for clickbait. This guy knows what he's talking about, and he was also the one who announced the last time the rumor was she was going to get fired. She's going to have her contract extended, and he was right.
Mm-hmm.
So I think by the end of fiscal year 2025, she's going to announce that she's going to step down. The reason she said I'm not retiring is because it blew her narrative. She wants to go out on her terms and not have it exposed that they're kind of pushing her out the door.
Plus, she has enough money that she can make a little art film studio on her own on the side.
Thank you.
Say, I'm still making movies and make whatever film
right.
she wants to make.
Make
like
all of the garbage.
What I meant by her trolling is her not making it clear, not giving like a clear answer there. Her answer is kind of jumbled. So that's what I meant by her trolling.
Right. But I believe that she is stepping down because again,
me too.
Because again, you
Do
don't
you think it's tied specifically to Iger leaving Joker, or do you think it's unrelated?
I think it's tied to that because again, Iger was her shield, and again, in her statement, Bob, Alan, and I are talking about what succession will look like. We have a great bench of someone who will take over. She has just said, "I'm leaving," because again, you don't talk about succession unless you're talking about retirement.
All right, I will believe when I see the corpse getting wheeled out on a dolly.
It'll probably be her twin sister.
Now, Kathleen is now again. Could she stay on for another fiscal quarter just to prove this guy from Puck wrong? Sure. Just to say you were wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, I don't put it past her doing that either.
She's gonna make Obi-Wan a lesbian, and then she's gonna leave.
Now, now is she going to get walked out in disgrace with a box of stuff from her desk? Absolutely
not.
No.
Absolutely not. They
She
wouldn't
should,
do that.
But you won't.
Yes.
So, moving on from the corpse of
Kathleen
Kennedy.
I do believe she is out.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
This is some interesting stuff here. Let's see if it actually pops up above my nippled alien.
So
things are taking fucking forever to load over here. I'm sorry about that,
No, I thought it was
it's taking like 4 hours for
Last
fucking things to load in over here.
That
as soon as I pull it down, it's going to come up.
That alien looking at you is saying, "I thought you said you were going to unload the dishwasher."
Why do I have nipples, Roman? Why do I have nipples? It's still not showing up over on YouTube. I'm going to pull it down, and that motherfucker is going to pop right up.
It's up here now. It's up here.
So you can see it on YouTube.
It's good.
I see it.
Yeah, there we go.
I see it.
Okay, so James Gunn's Superman still called terrible by insiders. Now, I sincerely hope this isn't true, but there's things going on in here, and we've talked about this before. This movie has to be a success for them. It has to be.
Yeah.
But if it's
they have no other options.
Yeah, so they got the insider who's not a named insider.
Calling it bad.
And that's about Superman. They're talking about newsletter. Great newsletter tonight. You got one thing wrong, and that's about Superman, which I continue to hear is terrible. Again, I hope it's not. But this, we go back to this, and that gives me.
And that is just. And I go back to just hone in on that image and say, "Oh my God, this movie's going to be terrible." That is folks who simply want to hate it.
Well, that's folks who simply want to hate it. There's also these critics who go, "Oh, there's no political messaging that we like." So I'm very interested in knowing who's saying it's terrible.
Right.
Because, if it's some blue-haired broad with half of her head shaved, going, there was nothing about Donald, Trump being the worst president ever in it. Obviously, it's garbage.
I hope that it is good. I do hope that it's good.
I mean, we as fans of a lot of the stuff, we despite what people think, we go into most of this hoping that it's going to be good, if not all of it, hoping that it's going to be good.
Okay,
and we want this to be good. And look, I had a little bit of criticism on the first, when we had the conversation over the first image they released. It wasn't that it was. I thought the movie was bad. I just thought the image they released was bad. And I didn't go nuts over the fact of the shot of him flying through the air. Like, I want this to be good.
Well,
I'm kind of curious if some of the pushback saying it's not good is because maybe it's going a little bit too far for some audiences. Let me preface that.
Okay,
for some audiences,
go back up
too far to like the Christopher Reeve style.
Which one?
Keep going.
Yeah.
The headline.
Whatever. Oh, the headline. Okay.
The headline. Okay. Reshoots may be a ploy to drastically fix the film. Okay, if you know anything about James Gunn, reshoots are not in his agenda. He has a plan. Unlike most filmmakers nowadays that kind of scrapbook the whole thing, he goes in and he has a very definitive plan. Now, some folks say that James Gunn's humor may not fit Superman. Valid. That's a valid criticism. But I think because James Gunn is a comic book fan, and because he is saying things like Superman embodies truth, justice, and the American way, and Superman saves people, and he's not, and is kind of not really taking a political stance. I think what Sammy says has some the merit. It may be these journal class folks who want this to be a political statement.
Well, that's what I think.
I think that could very much be the case. I also think a lot of things that we don't talk about is especially kid who grew up in the 90s and watched the type of comic book movies that came out then. What a lot 90s. Of these diehard fans are willing to put up with, that should show you how bad. So, as a guy who watched Steel with Shaquille O'Neal and went, all right, that's the best they could have done, I guess. Having Shaquille O'Neal in
Steel is better than many modern comic films.
And then for me, watching that and Batman and Robin, and then seeing Phase 4 of Marvel, and then going, this is unacceptable. I think I'm withholding all speculation until I actually sit my ass down in the theater and watch it.
There is still a lot of potential here for if they get the characters right and they write a good story. That's all we want.
The only thing I'm leery of is how much they show. Like, I was like, okay, because I was worried about that after I watched Man of Steel. Is all the things that Snyder was going to introduce in Batman v Superman, like now all of a sudden I'm seeing like the Green Lantern Corps,
now
Metamorpho, and I'm going like, okay.
Now there's a name in here that is causing folks a lot of pause, and that's Tom King.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, he's not a beloved writer by a long shot.
He thinks he is. He would like to pretend that he is.
Fucking cock goblin is what
horrible.
he is.
He's horrible.
And unfortunately, that's the run that they're basing the Supergirl film off of.
Oh,
I want to know who drew
why
that,
James Gunn?
art,
Why? There's the fucking cock goblin right there.
Yeah,
cock goblin, folks. So and these are two characters. I am a huge fan of Green Lantern, both Hal Jordan and John Stewart. I know there's the Green Lanterns, but
I think the casting's fine. I think the casting is fine. Who they have cast for both roles is fine.
So, but when this pops up, doing a version of the Green Lanterns, fuck.
I don't like that wording. I don't like
it at all.
And I understand. Gunn has talked about this before about Lanterns being kind of a true detective-y type series, except with Space Cops. Okay, that premise, fine. I can accept that, but, and I have to throw the big but behind this. You have to have the Green Lantern lore as the backup for whatever John and Hal are doing. Their backstory still have to be there. I don't need to see every fucking part of it. I don't want a fucking origin story, but it has to be established. John and Hal work in a fucking case, fine. That is perfectly acceptable. But they got to be the Hal and John that fucking exist in the DC universe, not some weird fucked up version of.
Yeah, no. So I was gonna say, I made a version of the sandwich that I had for lunch when I got home just before I came on stream.
What was that, Squeeka?
Can we have like a Green Lantern Sherlock Holmes crossover? That's what I'm waiting for.
That would be awesome.
Now,
I'd be surprised at how many Green Lantern crossovers there have been.
Now,
Green Lantern Doctor Who, Green Lantern Star Trek.
Now, I did hear something that may be some reassuring news, that the plans that James Gunn has planned to do the Authority, that has basically been scrapped.
To do which one, Joker?
The Authority.
Oh no, I've heard. Yeah, I did hear that because the problem was with the what's going on with the Superman movie created too many problems for the Authority. I myself am a big fan of the Authority. I like it. It's not an everybody thing. I get that. I also think it would be a very hard adaptation for the big screen. I mean, we're talking superheroes and shit. Not all of it works. Guy Gardner's fucking haircut doesn't fucking work for me in the movies.
In live action,
it's retarded. It was retarded in the comic book, but it was okay in the comic because you understood that Guy was kind of retarded. But as soon as you transfer that over to big screen, it's just like, oh man, you could have.
I was trying to explain this to people. That haircut was only around for like 8 years.
Yeah, it's not a forever thing. It doesn't last.
The character's been around since 68.
Guy Gardner exists for one reason, only one reason.
Maybe 7 to 8 years. People are like, no, that's how his hair's been all the time. And I was like, his first appearance. Like 8 other examples. I was like, or when he was Warrior, he didn't have his haircut like that. That was all the way back in like the late 90s. He didn't even have that haircut. And they're like, you don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, okay, yeah, all right, nice. All right, fine. You're right, I know.
We have this image. Let me see if it lets me actually.
Matt, you want to say?
Guy Gardner essentially exists for only one reason in the comics. He gets ass kicked by Batman so hard with one punch that he suffers a permanent personality change for like 20 years. And that's how hard Batman hit with one punch, And he's an uninteresting character. Other than that,
no, that's not why he had the permanent personality change. Something happened and he went into a coma.
Batman punched him is what happened.
No, he was that was before he was. No,
MC, I would love to see that. Blackest Night is one of my favorite runs.
Oh, that would be amazing. They could never do it though.
No, they would never do it right. No, absolutely not.
No, they would fuck it up. You're like, nah, they'd fuck it up. And then you're right. They would fuck it up.
If they want to do the Blackest Night story, it has to be one of their DC animated things. The standalone sort of thing.
Yeah.
Well, they do those pretty well most of the time. Any live action
animated
stuff, Yeah,
they have been on an unfortunate slide with their animated features were fucking gold.
They were great for a while.
Long time. And the recent ones have been not good. I fucking hated the Crisis movies. The Crisis movies, there were 3 of them, and they were long and they were fucking boring.
And I think that came around the time where I think they changed the animation team, and it was more like the animation style of Archer.
Yeah, you're right.
It is. It's very similar to the animation style because they had a great team. The Bruce team, Andrea Romano era.
Romano.
If you have not seen those, go back and watch them because they are all good.
Well, I think Bruce Timm controlled the DCEU for like 20-something years.
Well, now before we give too much praise to that, remember he also gave us Batman: The Caped Crusader. That's on Amazon.
Well, not everyone bats 1,000, Joker.
What was that?
No one bats 1,000.
True.
No, that's true.
Yeah, no, that's what it was, Matt. He got knocked into the Phantom Zone.
You not remember the end of it? I think it was Justice League International number 6.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's not why he went into a coma. The reason his mind got fractured is because he got knocked into the Phantom
I'm not talking
Zone.
about the fracture. That was later. I'm talking about when he went from being ultra brash Guy Gardner to partially effeminate Guy Gardner for about 15 years.
Oh yeah. No, but I'm saying it was like
that was due to the Batman concussion punch.
I checked out. They have no animated movies coming out this year, which is
matter
a
of fact.
shame.
I will get Batman.
That's probably is that me as Red Hulk?
Oh no, I have that issue.
No, I'm just saying I want everyone to see it because it's such a cool thing.
Oh yeah,
Why does your face
just goes on everything? Just works.
It does
on absolutely everything.
Well, I think it's in Green Lantern Rebirth. That's the first thing when Batman sees Hal Jordan Green Lantern again. He just punches him in the face for all the shit he did as Parallax. Like because it was like you did a bad thing.
Speaking of which, Rebirth, that's another the Green Lantern Rebirth, not the Rebirth series of DC. That was sloppy. Better than the New 52, which I fucking despise. But
night and day better.
The Green Lantern Rebirth, where because he's the Spectre for a while, and then he's just that whole business was fucking brilliant. I actually have that figure. I have the Hal Jordan Green Lantern Spectre figure back in this fucking collection of mine. It's just gorgeous. Anyway, so now we're going to talk a little bit about The Boys, which while it has its flaws, I still find to be a very entertaining show.
Yes.
Season 5 is coming up. The final season. This, I think, is I want to say it's a weird move, but it's really not because Kripke was the supernatural guy for 15 years running that show.
Yeah.
So he brought Jensen Ackles in.
Right.
And now he's bringing Jared Pacadacalackley and Misha Collins over. If you're a Supernatural fan, I like Supernatural. I know.
I like the first. I like the first 5 seasons. I
enjoyed every season, even the last one. I enjoyed it. I like those characters. I liked watching them grow over those many years. I just thought it was fun. I thought it was a fun show.
It went on way too long, though.
Yeah, it did.
I was okay with it. I really was because you had a lot of not much else on, and so I was okay that it was there.
You know, Supernatural. I'm Googling
we've got here's Supernatural for those, like I said, those of you who've seen it. So, but they're bringing these guys on to the final season of The Boys.
Right.
I liked the Soldier Boy character. I actually wanted to see more of him, and I hope we get to. I know they're going to do spin-off shows of The Boys. I'm not a giant fan of spin-off stuff.
No.
Sometimes it's okay. Sometimes it's, which I'm expecting it to be. I probably won't watch that. I did watch, and I didn't plan on watching it, but I watched that. What the fuck was it called? University V. The Big V.
Oh God!
Someone's got a big V.
Terrible.
I watched that, and it wasn't like the worst shit I've ever seen because there's a lot of worse shit on, but it wasn't good. It wasn't like The Boys good. So I was like, and it didn't need to happen. It just didn't need to exist.
And as far as The Boys go, that's really the only reason that I'm hanging on to Prime Video at this point, because once this show ends, I have no reason to keep that anymore. So I'm like,
you're not watching Reacher?
So that's just kind of a quick news bit. Well, have you been watching Invincible?
No, me either.
No.
I like Invincible. Invincible's a good fucking show, dude.
I lost interest after season 2.
Really, I still like Invincible. This season has been
just
a little more of a mixed bag for me, but there's still been some good stuff.
It's not enough. It's not enough to make me go, oh, I have to watch this.
No, I accept that. That's the show that my son and I watch after I do this show. So we sit there, we watch it, and then Mrs. of the Empire comes out. And she's like, "Are you idiots still watching that? Let's watch something that doesn't suck."
Reacher season 3 is better through the first 4 episodes than Reacher season 2. So if you,
I have Reacher in my the notes here. I wanted to just talk about it really fast. I didn't want to spend a ton of time on it. I'm not liking this. I didn't really like season 2 very much either. And honestly, I'm not really enjoying season 3 a lot more than I liked season 2. I liked season 1. I thought season 1 was good. The Alan Richmond comments aside, because he's one of those actors that wants to taint his legacy with saying stupid things.
Mm-hmm.
But we watched it anyway, and I was like, it's not terrible, but it's really not. It's not grabbing me in a non-literal sense, Squeeka, the way that season one did. Season one was just fun, good stuff. Season 2 less so, and season 3 is more of the same, in my opinion. Have you guys been watching this?
Season 1 was very grounded, and like all the stuff that he was doing kind of made sense. There's a little times when it went off the rails, like right at the last episode, maybe. But season 2, all the military stuff was BS.
Out the window.
Totally wouldn't have happened. They would have all been kicked out of the military for the first day they showed up. So that really took the wind out of the sails for me on that one. Season 3, though, it's the first episode. I was like, what is this garbage? But then I watched the second episode, and then you see how the story evolves, and that there's a reason why all the stuff in the first one happened. Like he's running around shooting cops and all kinds of stuff.
It took a minute. Yeah, I was like, "What?"
Yeah, you gotta let it.
That's the thing. Like maybe because I read some of the Reacher novels, I get the way they're doing the storytelling. Like in the novels, Reacher just happens. Like it's like Die Hard or 24, where it just happens. There's no long lead into it or whatever. You know,
but I just wish he could keep his fucking mouth shut.
He was doing all kinds of stuff in the very first
the actor needs to
shut the fuck that was totally
he does
antithetical to what the character should be, but then it explains it and it goes in and you're like, okay. And so the story's interest is kind of intriguing me, and how he gets out of certain situations is kind of clever, I think, especially for modern writing. Like you got to really pay attention, or you'll be like, wait a second, what's going on?
I think season 1 is better than season 2. I liked him more standalone than with the team.
Undeniably good. And season 2 was not. And like I said,
season 2 was
more of the
still
same. But he has a quick question here. This is regarding. I don't think Sinestro is going to.
Season 2 had female Reacher.
So I don't think you're going to in that series. Maybe you will, but I don't believe you will.
But I think
if he is, it's going to be he'll be in the background somewhere or mentioned. I don't think.
Yeah, maybe he's the mastermind behind whatever the thing is, but that's a lot of wild fucking speculation.
Or they could do where he's part of the core and then he.
Well, I hope not at this point, Sammy, because it looks like Hal and John are well established. Sinestro was way early in Hal's
I agree.
journey, so he should not be a Green Lantern at this point. Like I said, these things have to be right for the show to work. Otherwise, it's going to be fake and gay, like just about everything else. And I hope it's not. Again, I want this to work. I want it to be good. Unlike season 3 of Reacher, which has been mostly meh.
Well, I have a question for Matt. You said you read all the books, right?
No, I read several of them.
There's
27 Reacher novels, and after the fourth, I read the first three Then I was reading the fourth, and I'm like, this is more of the same. And I kind of like Reacher's a style of novel where, like the James Bond novels or the Doc Savage novels or the Destroyer novels or whatever, where like it's the same story 100 novels later. You know what I mean? You have to really be into the character to want to read all of them.
Okay, but the story structure is kind of how they're doing the show.
Yeah, pretty much. Reacher shows up someplace, gets right into it.
And some fucked up shit happens.
Yeah, and then his exceptional abilities and integrity are what solve the problem. That's essentially, because he is. I mean, they're depicting him properly in these shows where he's blatantly like superior to everyone around him in terms of intellect and the combination of intellect and physical ability. Like it's not these ultra genius or like in this scene there's a character who's physically superior to him, but it's a combination that makes him the best.
Right. So Shield Wall. Did you watch this episode?
I've only watched the third one. So I haven't seen the reason
Dominique.
why.
This was the Dominique episode.
No. I don't think I've watched that one yet. The one where he figures out who the Xavier, why he hates Xavier Quinn.
Oh, okay. When you see this, she's supposed to be an E7. Look at her. She's the agent. She looks like an E3.
Okay. If she was in the Air Force in the mid '90s when they promoted 65% for E5 that year, yeah, it was crazy. They were just promoting anybody that could breathe that year. This person could reasonably have been there, depending on if this is a big flashback or something. But I don't know. It's the Army, so it's totally different.
It's a long flashback.
You can get young people like that. They're out there. I know someone that
as an E7, she looks like she's fucking 19.
I mean, she's a higher rank than like one of my brothers was. Like my brother was a staff sergeant in the Army, and like he's like 10 years older than me.
Look at Ryan. He was Ryan
was a chief.
Yeah, he was an E7 with less.
He was a fucking nuke, though, dude. The nukes are a way different critter.
So
Blair shaking his head. Yeah, nukes are a whole different fucking weird career path. She's not a weird career path. She's fucking CID in the Army. But I was 32 when I picked up chief. So it's
Sammy.
She is mid-level management in the enlisted ranks. That's what she
is. The same way.
But she literally,
just like
she's not fucking 19 years old as a fucking E7. The
Absolutely,
ranks go from E1 to E fucking 9 in the enlisted ranks.
And like my brother was
black
like
lesbian?
30 something.
No, the Black Lesbian Corps may promote early. I didn't take that into account, Sammy. Thank you for straightening me out. Thank you for straightening me out.
Just straightening
out. Straight.
Yes, the BLC, the Black Lesbian Corps.
Again, like I said, a lot of my problems with the show, especially season 2, are the military stuff. They don't really get it right, but it's okay. You can look past it. And if you don't know anything about it, it doesn't. It's kind of like people that hate Harry Potter because the movies aren't like the books. But if you've never read the books, you don't know any better, and the movies are cool. So it's kind of like that.
Season 2 felt like a constant a set of pilots or spin-off shows, with all the other characters, with the Super Team Reacher or whatever, Persuader came out, I think, around. It was. I actually own it. I have 7 Reacher novels that I bought, so I own it. But I bought them all at once on like eBay or whatever. Early 2000s. So if maybe when Chow was writing, he was using that 1990s military references or rapid promotion or whatever. I don't know.
It still doesn't work. Her as an E7 still doesn't work. You could have gotten a different actor. You needed an older actress if you're going to be.
What does E7 stand for?
No, that's just E7, dude. She's I forget what the fuck they call them in the
E means enlisted.
What is an E7?
Right.
What is an E7?
Stop talking. Yeah. Everyone shut the fuck up. One person asked the fucking question.
What is an E7?
E means enlisted. 7 is the rank.
Is the
oh, okay.
It goes I said, E1 to E9. E7 is most people don't make E7 in the military in general.
My brother was an E6,
girl
which is called a staff sergeant.
Alarming.
Right. So I guess what anybody who doesn't know that is asking like time frame wise.
So usually it takes you about To make E7 on average for my career field when I was in was 15 years.
Okay.
So
that's good. Yeah.
Yeah. So
you just
and if she came in at 18, she'd be in her early 30s or around there.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to
like I said, I picked up at 12.
Girl was 15 years ago.
But Sammy's theory about the BLC may be valid.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna have to accept that as fact.
Spoilers for the book and the show. This character is for one reason only, to make Reacher angry enough to murder someone. So I don't really care about.
That's fine. I don't. This guy. I know it sounds stupid, but that kind of thing bugs me. She could all the other things that go on in the show, all the amazing and ridiculous things, I'm okay with, but the things like the age of a character that shouldn't be, or the actual just the kind of the meat of it is stupid. It's fine. It's fine. This is not fine, however.
No, don't even
let it pop up over on the YouTube side here. If YouTube
we don't have to
cooperate with me.
The original movie sucked.
You do not.
Whoa!
What?
Read the book.
Oh, nerd fight!
Read the book, and then you'll.
You do not remake a cult classic.
I refuse to watch.
Don't you ever tell me to read.
Right, exactly.
Whoa! This is actually false. I would take the OnlyFans page. I'll accept that, but this one, no, senor, no.
Okay, so
I might cry myself to sleep.
I need to
Nickelback and Journey.
The book, the writer Heinlein had serious political concepts in there, like you shouldn't be able to vote unless you're serving in the military or some capacity, for example. Right? This movie was making fun of his book. So if you're a fan of the book, you will not like this movie because it was making fun of the book.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
The problem with the movie, though, is at no point did it really make the government look fascist whatsoever. Show me where.
Yeah,
when the person messed up, they fired him. When they got rid of the air marshal because the attack went bad. In a fascist government, that's not what happens, right? The non-citizen family of Rico, they were rich. They had to have all this stuff. If you're in a really fascist society and you're not part of the inner circle, you don't have any of that.
I get your point. Okay, I get your point.
Rico in the novel enlisted because he wanted to be able to vote and participate in control in society. So basically, if there are multiple ways to serve the people: the military, the police, the fire department, sort of things like that. And if you wanted to be like an A-rank citizen and be able to vote and run for office and whatever, you had to serve the people first. And Rico's rich family did not want to do that. They just wanted to be rich and live like the life of luxury. And Rico himself, however, wanted to serve the people, and that's why he enlisted.
Well, he wanted to.
I know what you're saying.
Well, he was also chasing tail too. So.
And in the movie, that's the main reason he enlisted.
Right. It's so he could be with Carmen.
Yeah. And I like the movie. I did actually, man, I did read the book.
Yeah, I like the
but movie. I separated the two as I often have to do with a comic book or other written materials when they do an adaptation. Yeah. Sometimes I enjoy it enough that I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm okay with this. And sometimes it's like, man, that's fucked up. That's not good. But this, I enjoyed it. What I liked about it is as a movie, he's going to take it as its own thing. It didn't take itself too seriously, clearly. And it's a very fun popcorn watch. And it's got a lot of good characters in it, good one-liners. And I know it is. I mean, did you ever read Armor, Matt? The book Armor?
By who?
Same dude who did the Vampires book. It was actually called Vampires. What is his name? Hang on, let me pull it up so I don't feel it. Oops. Of course, now I'm making.
I don't think I have
annoying background. Oops. Shit, I just got rid of Matt. Sorry, wrong button.
When you say Army, the only thing that comes to mind is a really good comic series from the late '80s.
No. Let me pull it up here. It's an amazing book. But the thing
while you're doing that,
dissimilar in concept to Starship Troopers.
Yeah. While you're doing that, Robert Heinlein, you know how they say science fiction is speculative about the future and all that. Robert Heinlein, if you guys want to see a guy who speculated about the future and got it right in a lot of ways, in a lot of wrong ways, meaning predicted all the bad stuff, go read Robert Heinlein stuff, man. Because it's most famous for Stranger in a Strange Land, but his stuff. I read his stuff when the Puppet Masters, which is a fairly decent movie as well. Just like I said, a lot of the sort of political nonsense we're dealing with now, Heinlein predicted.
Yes. Also, Blair's got to go here in a few minutes.
Yeah, guys.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. You're jumping ship on me. So
yeah, okay, get ready for our next stream. When you guys get done here, head over to Diabolical Souls. We're doing Kaiju number 8, episode 9. So,
right on. So Blair, what else? Here, let me blow you up for a second, Blair, and not eject you. I will try very hard not to do that. What else do you have coming up there, Mr. Wizard?
Next week, you can be on Creative Blue Collars channel, late to the news. And I believe next week on Diabolical Souls Tuesday, we're going to do, I think it's Solo Leveling is the next anime we're going to be doing.
Right on.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
Oh, cool. And you are going to be part of the Vegas crew, right, my friend?
Indeed, I am. I'm coming in Tuesday morning and leaving Friday early afternoon. So,
fuck yeah. Looking forward to seeing you again, dude. That's going to be such a good time, provided my life doesn't fall apart and I can't go. So anyway, Matt, so Blair, tell everybody over there hello for us. And remember, when you get done here, jump on over there.
Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye, guys.
Hey, brother. Bye, Blair.
Bye.
So, Matt, this is the book I was talking about. John Stakely.
Okay, shoot me up. I don't think I've ever read it.
Okay. It's a really good book, and I've read it. It was some time ago, so maybe it's not as good as I remember, like a lot of the movies we review. But the like I said, they're fighting bugs too, so it's not. God damn it, Jacob. It's not a dissimilar thing. But they have this, but their armor. It also reminds me a lot of like Halo stuff. Because the armor is what gives them, it's souped up and they can actually fight the giant fucking bugs. But I'll send you a link so you can find it somewhere. It's cool.
Of over 6 books, I will have to live 600 years to live. I have a humongous.
I know my bedstand is it's literally like 2 foot high of books. I knock shit over trying to get to my fucking lamp. It's a nightmare. Starship Troopers. There's some other shit here that I don't know if I necessarily give a fuck about.
While you're grabbing that, just one final thing about the science fiction of the 1950s. A lot of stuff came out with the science fiction writers late 40s through the early 50s of this stuff where you can see how accurate these guys were. Like A.E. Van Vought's The Weapon Shops of Aesher. Everyone should read that book. It's an amazing novel. And it's short. It's a novella. It's short. But for some reason, the guys in the 40s and 50s, Asimov, Van Vogt, Heinlein, all, they had insight into like what we're living now. That is amazing compared to a lot of other generations.
Yeah, there were a lot of there was I think a documentary called The Prophets of Science Fiction, which was a very kind of like surface area touched on things that they predicted. But
Harlan Ellison, how close are we to before I have your mouth on him?
To a degree, with his kind of dystopian future, which is kind of where, a lot of where we are, not all of where we are. Things are getting better, I think, in my opinion. I don't have the patience to read. No, that's true. I can see that, Joker. You have the attention span of Mando setting someone on fire. No, I don't know. That's my girl. That's my girl.
This week, so you know what? Yes, villain on Chicago Fire. On Mando.
On that happy note, let's go ahead and wrap up for the week. This was kind of fun. Like I said, I had some other topics. I don't really give a fuck about. The Oscars happened. Don't give a fuck. The Razzies happened, which is actually more fun, but it's kind of a minor thing we don't need to spend any time on. So we'll just leap out on that because that was pretty fucking amusing.
We're all gonna go and just disappear.
So thank you again to this panel as always. Again, thank you for tolerating me. And thank you so much to our chat. This was a really good conversation tonight. So we're going to go around the horn real fast, talk about our upcoming things. And we've got, and I'll do my end bit here because we have a lot of good stuff coming up in the month of March. It's going to be a fun, dark sci-fi month. So we'll talk about that at the very end. So stick around so you can get the preview, so to speak. So Shield Wall of Dragons, my good friend, what do you have coming up, buddy?
All right. So thanks for having me on. This is a lot of fun. It's great being on here with everybody. I hope Matt is feeling better. Yeah, I learned a lot tonight from what Joker was saying about stuff. So appreciate that. Sammy surprises me every time. He always comes up with something. I'm like, wait, this guy actually reads comic books? All right.
Yeah.
So it's always a good time. And then, yeah, we got everybody on here. It's a lot of fun. So what I got coming up is next Tuesday, I will be on Jacob Ironside's channel, and we will be watching going over the movie The Grapes of Wrath, 1940. No classic. And then next week on that same week on this channel, we'll be doing whatever we'll be doing. I forgot. So
I send out the emails. No one got the email about Funny Hat Day, so I'm largely disappointed about that, but that's okay. But
I always wear a funny hat. What are you talking about?
Sammy.
Lord.
Whatever we're doing on this show.
Wait, we're not doing X-Files right now, Sammy.
That's beautiful, Sammy.
Thank you.
Fuck it, Sammy. Joker, what do you have coming up, buddy?
Oh, wow. Well, last weekend, the world of the WWE got turned upside down on the road to WrestleMania. So there's a lot to talk about that. As Matt, myself, friends of the channel, Duke Devil 95 and Left Eye Ego, meet every week for Wednesday night is overbooked. And other than that, I'll be back here next week talking about who knows what. I'll be making weird comments in the chat. Trying to throw everyone off. And I want to thank Squeeka back here again because we need more of the scissoring power in here with my.
You're welcome. I come when Roman tells me to.
Yes. And then,
wow!
I thought that was
what control you have, Roman.
Do that.
Sweet chocolate Christ, Jacob. What do you have coming up, my friend?
Yes. You people are funny.
When Roman met Squeeka.
Oh. Well, so yeah, like Shield Ball said, The Grapes of Wrath on my channel next Tuesday, and I'll be on Roman's show next week, I guess. I don't know what we're doing.
No one gets the memos. Mando, when you're not abducting children, what do you have going on?
In my
It was just one child, to be fair. It was only the one. And that's just alleged. So, what?
Just the one, allegedly. So our normal Saturday D&D stream, or every other Saturday D&D stream, is getting rescheduled to next Saturday. So next Saturday, probably around 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, we're going to be rolling some Math Rocks. And I'll be on Jacob's channel this upcoming Tuesday. Wednesdays, I'm usually on my channel on Twitch or Kick doing something, either sailing the sea with my friend Americus or hunting ghosts and hopefully not getting yeeted from the so.
Right on. Thank you for being here. Oh, Lord. Squeeka, the mouse, the best mouse. What do you have coming up? And thank you for being with us. Thank you for tolerating my absence like the last 17 times you've been on the show. And but thank you for coming back.
Let's go.
Well, thanks for having
Squeeka too. Squeeka's, I know she was on.
Yeah,
I was like,
I was on here once we wasn't. No, it's no problem. I appreciate y'all letting me hang out with y'all. I feel like I learned so much. I don't really talk a whole lot because I'm not a super pop culture thing, but I love listening to y'all talk about things. And I mean, I'm still surprised you let me come back every now and then.
Well, it adds a certain spice to the show, Squeeka. A certain spice that we don't get other places. So.
But as far
it's
as
always nice to have you here.
I am going to be with Goat on Monday. Actually, we do every other Monday. We do her show It's an unwatched show, so we're doing Carnival. So we'll be there Monday at 4:30, I believe, Central Standard Time. 4 o'clock, something like that, really early. And then Tuesday, I'm with Pops. I think we're doing Boondock Saints this week.
Sweet.
I love that movie.
Fucking cat, man.
That is day.
And then Beard and I still play zombie games. I kind of started Helldivers too. But whenever we stream. I don't know what days we're gonna do that, but that's it. That's all I got.
Right.
Thanks for having me again. Let me hang out with y'all.
Thank you for coming back. And the beard.
Oh my goodness! Oh, give me a blush.
So what do you have coming up, buddy? What is going on in the world of the beard?
Does the beard have its own YouTube channel now?
Stop giggling. You know what you're doing. Okay. Tomorrow, actually, Friday, Pops on his channel, we have a premiere for his Pops cast where we're talking about the Prestige, and if it's like if it's like a steampunk sort of good movie sort of thing like that. So that was
it's the best movie I've never seen.
It's actually a fantastic movie. Spoilers.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it, and I enjoyed a lot talking with Pops about it. Let's see. The usuals are Tuesdays with Jacob Ironside and Thursdays here. Gaming whenever I feel like it, because I decided schedules are for bitches and I just do whatever I want. After
little fella.
But also
we're gonna have a fucking talk, you and I.
You can't even keep your own schedule sometimes. So
I know.
Shut up.
That's true. We're lucky I'm here tonight, folks. It's been an odd time.
But the main thing is after the weekend is coming back. We've been on a bit of a hiatus trying to figure things out.
Good.
So March 10th,
awesome.
March 10th, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, or I guess by that point it'd be daylight. Say, who knows? Whatever. Central
that
time.
shit's happening this upcoming weekend. By the way,
so 7:30
will be fucking with you again this weekend.
So 7:30 Central Time, we'll be premiering our return, where we kind of revisit the spirit of Blockbuster in the movie rental stores and things like that.
Well, that was a grand era. That was a grand era.
I really enjoyed recording that episode with those guys. We might be doing alternating pre-recorded live shows. It's still a little bit kind of up in the air, but we are back, including the return of R to the Icky. So
yes, sweet.
He is back.
Beard.
Yes.
On your Blockbuster show, is it just Blockbuster or video rental stores in general? Are you going to have a segment dedicated to the bearded curtain, the beaded curtain?
The curtain is mentioned a couple of times, but it is mostly just like video rental stores in general.
The beaded curtain,
Blockbuster, Hastings,
Hollywood Video,
Hollywood Video, yeah. So just kind of like revisiting that spirit of walking in and just like, here's everything. Yeah.
That
closed down the last video chain. Even though they just had DVDs.
I have a funny story about going into a video store.
Chain?
Yeah, it was a Hollywood Videos. Anybody know that?
Yeah, I remember those.
I was like,
I never really know, but I remember them.
I was in my push wheelchair, going in the door, and my front wheels caught on the carpet just as they said, "Welcome to Hollywood," and I went into the floor.
Oh God!
It's hilarious.
You did an unintentional comedy.
Afterward, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Yeah, well, it's never funny at the time.
Unintentionally hilarious.
Oh Lord! Did you get a free rental or something?
I don't remember. I just thought it was funny.
They made him watch the whole first season of Dick Van Dyke.
Should have sued him. Taking over their video store.
Lord. YouTube horse Sammy Three-Peats. What do you got coming up? What new wonderfulness is being produced over at the Three-Peat Studios?
Saturday is going to be episode 3 of Cavecast.
It's a great show.
We are going over. I haven't decided if I'm going to make it like a joint thing of. It might just be the cave, or it might be the cave and Wayne Manor. I haven't fully decided because it's my show. I'll make it as long as I want it to go. So So I just haven't decided whether I want to split those two things up, considering they're attached. But whether I decide to split the Siamese twins or not. Otherwise, I have in other news with Sammy 3-Pete, and that's on Sundays. And we found our mascot for the show, and
that Mike,
this cute little fella.
What?
I love it.
What is that?
That is Bernd Das Brut, and he celebrated. He's a German television, German children's television star, and he's basically a suicidal piece of bread who recognizes that he's in a television show and does not wish to be in a television show. And I just love him. And
accepted. And it's a weird thing to follow. So Matt, what do you have coming up, buddy?
Well, with any luck, my brother will be over this weekend to swap my computer monitors out, so I won't have to have this neck crick-defying look to my right all the time to use my computer. So then when that happens, I'll be back to actually making some content, I think. So hopefully next week I will drop at least 1 or 2 little videos.
Right on.
And then Wednesday night is overbooked. Next week we'll be reviewing again on our road to WrestleMania. So we'll be talking about the very topic of wrestling. Next week on this show, what do we got, Roman, next week?
No, I'll go over it at the end. I'll go over it at the end.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to talk about.
I do have an announcement for Roman. I do have something else. If you blow up my picture there, blow up the picture right there. I'm going to be starting a merch store, and this guy will be on some of the merch.
Oh, cool!
Very cool.
So
that is awesome.
So, is it up yet? Because I was like, I would definitely
not yet.
Fireside swag in Vegas.
Right on.
Yeah, it's not up yet. Still working on some other designs.
All
right. Okay, so Thursday at 5 Pacific Standard. Whether I'm here or not, the show does go on thanks to Shield Wall. But what we have lined up for the next few shows, and this is good. This, like I said, we're going into a dark sci-fi period here. So on the 13th of March, and again, everything is Thursday, 5 Pacific Standard. On the 13th of March, we're doing Event Horizon with our good friend James Harris. The Jinja Ninja is going to be back. On the 20th of March, this one is going to be cool because this one is not a movie that a lot of people know, called Pandorum. It is a weird, dark sci-fi film. If you haven't seen it,
that movie,
it is fucking nuts. And we got the B-rolls.
Del Toro one.
So that's going to be fun. Good to have them back.
So,
and we're closing out the month with one of my favorite movies, and I like to cover this movie once every so often. And we're going to hit it. I've never done it with this panel, so I'm looking forward to that. We're going to be doing 1982's
The Fifth Element
with Wakasashi's Tea House. Gray is going to be with us, and we're going to be talking The Thing, man. It is going to be a fun fucking month over here.
The Thing.
What movie?
The Thing.
Movie. Oh, no. I can't.
I didn't quite catch it. What movie, Roman?
The Thing.
Stop it.
Oh, we're doing The Thing yet again? Okay.
Yes, again. That was on like the original panel, but
we're doing that thing. What thing?
That movie is terrifying.
That thing you do?
That thing you do? That thing you do?
Actually, Showball, you've done it with me.
That thing.
That
thing you do.
Yeah. We
but,
also
like I said, this will be our first full panel version of this, and we're gonna do the full slideshow, which I've never done before with this either. So it's gonna be I think a lot of fun, and having Gray with us for it is gonna be awesome. Gray is fucking killer. Nosferatu, where the fuck have you been? Nosferatu popping in at the end. like the bad guy in a prison shower. So we're gonna wrap up on that with our, like I said, we got a fun month of March coming up, and just a lot of good guests. Ideally, I will be here for all these shows. I'm really trying. So again, thank you to everybody on the panel and to the chat and over on Twitter and on YouTube and the future viewers of the show who have not yet come, the people in the future. Thanks for hanging out tonight, and join us next week for Event Horizon. Until then, be kind.
Toodle!